Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Jawadari and today I want to talk about how can you build a good governance system. So it is for those people who are trying to build a good governance system. It will be a step-by-step approach. So I'm not going to bombard you with details. Without wasting any time, let's start in. So in the first step of building a good governance system, you want to start with the foundations. And the foundations are the principles, the values, mission requirements and objectives. These are extremely important things. You may have heard, Microsoft has a mission. Every single company has a mission statement. They have a vision statement, and then they also have objectives. These are the things that guide the whole organization. You want to start with there. Why? You want to start with there because they are going to determine the whole governance system. So this is the foundation. You need to determine this thing for the whole governance system. So you start with what are core values, what are key stakeholders, and what is the vision? Of course, the key stakeholders, when we say stakeholders, we mean the important people like board people, executives, etc. They know what the mission should be and what the vision should be, what objectives we should have. So, start there. Um, yeah, once you start there, then you need to set the structures and roles. Boards and CEO, they cannot just do everything right on its own. Imagine Elon Musk. He cannot just build cars in Germany while he's in the United States and do this for thousands of cars. He needs people. So you have to have the governance structure. Who is doing work? These are roles, and they should be clarified. For example, your job is to manufacture cars in Germany, and your another person's job would be to manufacture and manage the cars in United States. So this is the governance structure. You're creating the structure and roles. The who would be carrying out responsibility, you specify that. You create the composition, of course. You also provide a description so that there is no confusion in the roles. Sometimes there is. So you want to make that clear. It's just the same fundamental principle. The next thing would be developing core governing policies and charters. Now, Elon Musk may have a strategy, he may have objectives, but remember that this is just one person. You have to translate the strategy into policies that a manager can follow, like an employee. He don't know what you trying to do. In order to give him direction, you have to create policies, and policies are extremely important. For small to medium businesses, it may not matter because they're small, they're agile, they need to work. But when you are becoming a bigger organization, you have to have policies. Without policies, there are inefficiencies, and you may not survive. So creating policies and charters depending upon the size and other factors. Charters, of course, detail the specific duties and authority along with it. Once you do that, then you already created the structure, you created the policy, and the values. You need to delegate authority. It's like you're telling somebody, you're creating a structure, you're creating a role and hiring person, but you have to delegate authority. You have to give some of the work of the board to executive, and executive will have to do some of the work back to some manager. So this is delegation of authority. Each person delegates some of the authority to the next person in the hierarchy, and this is extremely important for doing the task. Everybody cannot do everything right on its own, so delegation is extremely important, and you have a framework like a proven method to do it. You have a matrix, of course. So let's say department of the delegation of authority matrix. The department heads can approve expenditure of 10,000 USD. CEO can approve 250, and the board must approve expenditure over 250. So this is just a simple example. Once you do that, a very key component due to which governance system sustains is accountability and performance. You need to make sure that the people who you are given authority to carry out tasks, that they are accountable for the performance and for the effectiveness. They report back to you. And what is the accountability? Accountability is in the form of mostly reporting and ensuring that the performance objectives are achieved. So yeah, they are responsible. At the same time, governance system is just not one time perfect shot. The world changes, the business changes, and so you have to change the governance system along with it. This is continuous improvement. And of course, You operate your governance system, you design a governance system, you operate it, and when you are operating it, there are some improvements that you identify, and you implement that improvements if it's important. So that's how it works. These are 6 steps that help you manage and build a very good governance system. So that's it for now. Thank you very much.